Bless you, bless you. It's Coach Will coming at you, man. We reading some Proverbs. I messed up already. My nephew reached out to me, man. He asked for some help yesterday on Proverbs. I was like, hey, man, the Lord told me to say, well, let's do a Proverbs walk and walk through the whole Proverbs and see what he gets. He's a young man. He's looking for wisdom. He came to the best place anyone can go, right? But Proverbs is wisdom. So wisdom ain't something, everybody just grab hold to easily. And to understand wisdom, best time is good to have a guide, help. So we kind of, I did backroom study. Well, I read some background of Proverbs with this MacArthur Study Guide Bible, and it basically broke the Proverbs down into 3 sections, different verses for each section. So we're going to start off with each section as it is. And I already started off wrong. I was going to start from the beginning, chapter 1 through the end. But it breaks it up and goes along. So this right here, the verse we're going to start with today is Proverbs 22:19 and Proverbs 3:34. 22:19, without further ado, says, that your trust may be in the Lord, I have made them known to you today, even to you. Sounds simple, right? All right. And I guess once you put all of them together, then the key starts to get unlocked. So we're just going to try it this way and trust in it and pray the Lord bring some answers. 3:34, Proverbs 3:34 talks about his humility. Toward the scorners, he is scornful, but toward the humble, he gives favor. Okay? Let's talk about his fear of God. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. That's the absolute truth. Can I reread that? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. I'd also say love, but I just want to read as Scripture says. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. That's the truth, man. Well, let's jump over to his righteousness. (10:25). When the tempest passes, the wicked is no more, but the righteous is established forever. When the tempest passes, what's the tempest? Passes. I mean, it won't last forever. The righteous will be. When the tempest passes, the wicked will be no more, is no more, but the righteous is established forever. Be careful, be mindful of that tempest. Let's go to his sin. I'm talking about man. 28:13. Whoever conceals his transgressions will not prosper, but he who confesses and forsakes them will obtain mercy. I found that to be the truth too. Let me read that again. Whoever conceals his transgressions will not prosper, but he who confesses and forsakes them will obtain mercy. That's beautiful. Let's read about his obedience. 6:23. And it's clear to me that, after I finished this format, We're going to go back and read it from beginning to the end. 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the teaching a light, and the reproofs of discipline are the way of life. (6:23) is about his obedience, man's obedience. 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the teaching a light, and the reproofs of discipline are the way of life. Did you get that? That's a profound piece. Let's talk about facing reward. I like that. Reward. We like that, don't we? Man, Proverbs is instantly mellowing me out. Proverbs takes me to another, my whole continents, I feel mellowed out. Let's talk about facing reward. Reward, 12:28. In the path of righteousness is life, and in its pathway there is no death. Let's try that again. 28. Oops. Yeah, 12:28. Facing reward. In the path of righteousness is life, and its pathway there is no death. I believe that too. Though our physical body, corpus, can and will decompose and die unless Jesus get here before that time. In our walk, everyday life, I find that is still true. Let's talk about facing test. I've always struggled with the concept of God testing us. So I really need to dig in on this. 17:3. The crucible is for silver, and the furnace is for gold, and the Lord tests hearts. All right, so, if I'm not here to debate scripture, it says right there, the Lord tests hearts. Does he test hearts with these physical tests that a lot of times people imply? Seems apparent. Yes, why not? I don't know. Let's talk about facing blessings. Proverbs 10:22. The blessings of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow with them. 10:22. Facing blessings. The blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow with them. The blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow with them. It's basically a sermon right there. This section is basically a sermon, right, on man's relationship with God. Well, let's finally deal with facing death. We just talked about facing death. 15:11. Sheol and Abaddon lie open before the Lord. How much more the hearts of children. Sheol and Abaddon. Sheol is hell, right? And Abaddon lie open before the Lord. How much more the hearts of the children of man. Says here in the note, Sheol and Abaddon. Hell or Sheol is the place of the dead. Abaddon or destruction refers to the experience of eternal punishment. All right, so just in a nut, it's less than 10 minutes. That's man's relationship with God. We'll go back once we cover these in 3 segments. Right now we're breaking them out, and we'll read from first chapter all the way to the end. But by that time, we'll already have a mental understanding of how some themes are expressed along the way out of order. All right? All right? All right. Bless you. Holler back. Send notes, send love.